Hi everyone, I want to give you an insight into the hedge fund industry a little bit. This will make you really happy. It'll make you happy and it'll make you want to set up your own fund, trust me. This is one of the world's most famous funds. It's one we would admire. It's trend following, Marshall Wace. We look up to them. They've been there for a long time. They've got $2.5 billion under management. So you must think, wow, they must be making lots of rich people incredibly rich. And they're equity neutral. In other words, they're going long, they're going short, they don't care which way the markets go. Sounds good, doesn't it? Well, there's the performance. At which point you might think, hang on, I can do that. And it's one of the reasons why I encourage private investors not to think they've always got to give their money to experts. Remember what I just said, 2.5 billion. All right, 2.5 billion now of assets under management. And yes, I know what you're saying. Hang on. They don't seem like the elite of the elite of the elite. And part of the trick is your ability to market, your ability not to lose too much money either. Anyway, I wanted to share this with you because it might make you particularly happy. But there's another reason. This is a typical tear sheet for a hedge fund. And I just want to go through some of the things that investors look for. I'm not saying you're going to be investing in hedge funds. Retail clients cannot. However, what I want to show you is that the risk and volatility is relatively low. It's one of the things that presumably the people who give them money, which are pension funds very often, look for. They look for the ability of the fund not to be too volatile. Maximum drawdowns we want to look for. That means from peak to trough, what's the most it can lose? 10%. Believe it or not, maximum drawdown being minus 10% and risk being just 7% is considered very valuable in the industry. Okay, another thing, well, I won't go into skew and kurtosis, but what this is essentially measuring is if you looked at the returns in a bell curve, then to what extent are the returns skewed positively, and also to what extent are they just arising from one or two good months? Okay, that's to do, well, skewness is to do with skew and kurtosis is to do with height. Sharpe ratio and Sortino. Well, Sortino, some of you who've been through my program will know, more important to me in the hedge fund industry. It just measures to what extent for the volatility do they outperform. And as you can see, low volatility, i.e. low risk of missing a return, but the returns haven't been fabulous. Information ratio, I won't go into, it's a bit technical. And beta, just really in terms of volatility in relation to the market index. Let's look a bit lower and scroll through this. So there's the return distribution, and you can see in terms of skewness, to what extent is it positively skewed? How many big losses do they have? Where do most of the returns come from? Those are factors you'd want to know. If the returns came from just one winning month, that's important to know. If it came with some big losing trades, that's important to know. So these are kinds of things that investors would look at. Okay, for a company, you can sort of see all the details of the individuals concerned when you look at who they are, what they do. So I just want to give you a little insight into what a hedge fund tear sheet, just for educational purposes, looks like. And now you'll all want to set up your own fund and say, hang on, I could manage 2.5 billion under management. Yeah, well, so I want you to have confidence in your own abilities as private investors to manage your own portfolios, okay? And not just say, I'll give it to the experts, close my eyes. It's well worth educating yourself to learn about investing. All right? Okay, good.